Today, it's a pleasure for me to introduce two special ladies who have the heart for our veterans. These are women who spent countless hours back in 2011 going all over the UP promoting the Honor Flight. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the Honor Flight by now, but they did whatever it took to raise money for what I would call an adventure of a lifetime for our veterans, especially our World War II vets. With the love and dedication they had, and they still have for our veterans, they, along with the Honor Flight Committee, raised enough money to make the UP's inaugural Honor Flight to Washington on September 22nd, 2011. Barb Van Roy had a vision to bring our veterans to Washington to see the memorial, and by her side was Paula Wege. Barb was able to make Escanaba an Honor Flight hub, and it was then when the journey began. Both of these women have fathers that were in World War II, which made their desire even stronger. They spent countless hours making this program work, and little did they know there would be 8 more flights that would follow. As part of the Honor Flight Committee and a veteran myself, I was blessed to meet these women, along with Sue Baronic and Deb Laporte. But the time has come now where, even though we still have our love and our desires and our faith in our program, we have 2 new people that are taking over the Honor Flight, and we want to wish them well because Scott and Kim Knopf, are you here? Can you stand up for a minute? Scott and Kim are going to be taking over the Honor Flight, and we want to just wish them the best of luck with our veterans and getting them to Washington. At this time, it gives me great pleasure and joy to introduce to you Barb Van Roy, a woman who truly loves and appreciates our veterans and what they have done for our country. Barb does have such a heart for these vets, and we've taken close to 800 veterans to DC, and it's all because of her. So if we could give Barb a round of applause.
Last time my bracelet got stuck on her, so that's why my arm was up in the air. So thanks for the nice introduction, Marcia. Yes, the Honor Flight was quite a trip, but as everything in life, all good things for some come to an end, and I'll always carry the memories and the support of everyone in my heart. So today, I want to thank Pastor Jason and all of you for your support of our veterans. I'm honored to be asked to speak on such an important occasion of honoring a special group of Americans, America's veterans. Everyone in our great nation owes a debt of gratitude to our veterans. We're gathered here today to pause, reflect, pray, and pay tribute to the men and women who have served in our country's armed forces. For many, Veterans Day is just another day, another holiday, or wow, even better yet, a day off of work. It's a day the banks are closed and we don't get any bills in the mail. It's a holiday we know about, but many forget the purpose of Veterans Day, or worse yet, they don't know what Veterans Day is. The tradition of setting a day aside to remember the veterans of America dates back to the First World War. That war was costly, and America lost 116,000 of its citizens. Finally, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, the guns of World War II were silent. An armistice was declared, and the war to end all wars was over. Originally, Armistice Day was a day set aside to honor the veterans of World War II or World War I. In 1954, after World War II was over, but the Korean War was ongoing, Congress amended the Act of 1938 by replacing the word armistice with the word veteran. So Armistice Day now became known as Veterans Day. As a result, November 11th is a day to honor American veterans of all wars. So on the 11th month, the 11th day, and the 11th hour, we gather to honor our heroes and remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication. It's a day to say thank you to all our veterans. This year on Veterans Day, people throughout the country will gather to remember, to honor, and to pay gratitude to those who have served our country. Our gathering here today is a small spark in the flame of pride that burns across the United States today and every day. This is a small way we can honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice so we can live in freedom. The service members we honor come from all walks of life, but they share fundamental qualities. They possess courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity. These are all the qualities needed to serve a cause greater than oneself. Many of them didn't ask to leave homes to fight on distant battlefields or countries they had never heard of before. They didn't volunteer. They worked in the woods, factories, many were farmers, and some were still in high school. They didn't go to war because they loved fighting. They went because they were called to be part of something bigger. They rose to our nation's call because they wanted to protect a nation which had given them and us so much. They did not wish to sacrifice the freedoms that we so often take for granted. These men and women rose to extraordinary feats of bravery, heroism, and survival. In fact, each and every veteran is a hero, for without them, we would not live in the world as we know it today. Veterans listen to three simple words: answer the call. And not just anyone can answer the call. As I said, it's only the courageous, only the brave, only those willing to take the risk, only the ones who love their family, their way of life, and their country to be willing to sacrifice it all. And those who answer the call are the men and women who serve or have served in the United States military. They are ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways. So while it's important to remember all veterans, we must remember and not forget our Upper Peninsula veterans. So would any veterans please stand? Thank you for answering the call to duty, and thank you so very much for helping to preserve our freedoms. Now I'd like to ask any family members of any service member to stand. We know you've lived through difficult times, and you often take on the burden of extra duties at home. So thank you for what you have done, and let's show them also a hand of appreciation. Millions of Americans have fought and died on battlefields, here and abroad, to defend our freedoms and way of life. Today, our troops continue to make the ultimate sacrifice. They are following in the footsteps of generations of heroic Americans. So as we're here today honoring veterans, I want to remind us not to forget those who are so valiantly standing watch and protecting freedom from our bases in the United States or a faraway foreign country. They also possess the courage it takes to defend honor, duty, and country. Here in the home front, we too can answer the call. I challenge myself and everyone here today to continue to support those who who sacrificed so much that America remains the land of the free. We need to constantly remind ourselves and remember that there is a price and freedom isn't free. John F. Kennedy once said, "A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers." So to all those men and women who have worn the uniform for the United States military, who have given so much, thank you. Thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to honor all those who gave their lives and all those who have risked their lives so our nation remains free. Before I close, I'd like to share this poem. It's called The Veteran, and it was written by Charles M. Province. I love it, and I think it just says everything. It is the veteran, not the minister, who gave us freedom of religion. It is the veteran, not the reporter, who gave us freedom of press. It is the veteran, not the poet, who gave us freedom of speech. It is the veteran, not the campus organizer, who gave us the freedom to protest. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who gave us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politician, who gave us the right to vote. It is the veteran who salutes the flag and serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag that allows the protesters to burn the flag. God bless everyone here today, your families, God bless our troops, and God bless America.
Thank you, Barb. Now I'd like to introduce Wayne Berthium, who is going to read a special poem for us. Wayne is with the American Legion post out of Gladstone. He's also the leader of the drill team.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all veterans. I have a poem here. I think that it might be interesting. You might like it. It's about a young soldier that was, he was in the Saipan March, the youngest one in the prison camp. And he wrote this poem, and I thought it might be interesting to you. Just the words is really meaningful. It's got, he wrote this, like I said, he was the youngest one in that Saipan March in Craigador. A soldier is a nobody. We hear lots of people say, he is an outcast of the world and always in the way. We admit there are bad ones from the Army to the Marines, but the majority you will find the most worthy ever seen. Most people condemn the soldier when he stops to take a drink or two, but does the soldier condemn you when you stop to take a few? Now, don't score the soldier, but grasp him by the hand. For the uniform he wears means protection of our land. The government picks its soldiers from the military far and wide, so please place him as your equal, good buddy, side by side. When a soldier goes to battle, you cheer him on the way. You say he is a hero when in the ground he lays. But the hardest battle of a soldier in the time of peace is when all the people score him and treat him like a beast. With these few lines, we close, sir. We hope we don't offend. But when you meet a soldier, just treat him like a friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. Oh. As you can see, to the left of me is a table. This table is set for our POWs and our MIAs. Another amazing friend of mine is Paula Wagey. and she has the same passion and desire. And I'd like to introduce her to you now, and she's going to tell you what the articles on this table represent.
Good morning. I'm going to tell you about the table ceremony script. The table before you is a place of honor. It is set for one. The table is our way of symbolizing the fact that members of our profession of arms are missing from our world. They are commonly called POWs or MIAs. We call them brothers. They are unable to be with us this morning, and so we remember them. The table is set for one. The table set for one is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner alone against his oppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single red rose, displayed in a vase, reminds us of the families and loved ones of our comrades in arms who keep the faith, awaiting their return. The red ribbon tied so prominently on the vase is reminiscent of the red ribbon worn upon the lapel and breasts of thousands who bear witness to their unyielding determination to demand a proper accounting of our missing. The candle is lit, symbolizing the upward reach of their unconquerable spirit. A slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate. There is salt upon the bread plate, symbolic of the family's tears as they wait. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us this morning. The chair is empty. They are not here. All of you who served with them and called them comrades, who depended upon their might and aid and relied upon them, for surely they have not forsaken you. Remember, until the day they do come home, remember. At this time, Pastor Jason has some words for us, and thank you.